Hey Collective, we're back. Welcome back to Pearl Snap Tarot. Make it snappy. And we're here on Sunday, July 8th. Or 7th, sorry. Our day's been whack. Just totally crazy. And once again, we see a lot of signs that we're still being watched. How is it that my neighbor, who knows that I had an altercation with the neighbor that I made that movie, the dumpster fire, made the video, the dumpster fire video. I just spit some coffee down my chin. I edited it out so you didn't have to see a senior moment. Oh, God. Just had one. Yeah, it's been rough today around here. Anyway, I did have some downloads, so I was gonna get on here and be a talking head for a while, and then, draw some cards. And one of the decks I thought I should get, because today I want to talk about what is all this talk. I heard one of our peers on YouTube, someone who's relatively new on the scene, but whose videos I've been watching because I like her subject matter, Vida. Shout out. She said she's been watching a lot of truthers, and so have I. And what I think is interesting, what I'm getting from watching these truthers and what they're talking about and not talking about, is none of them are talking about gang stalking or stalking and harassment, and what a huge part that's playing in some people's lives right now, that it's become this new control system that's kind of like Scorsese was, So if you don't know what Scorsese was, I'm going to edit the word into the screen later so you can look it up. I want you to go look it up, because this is repeating. They don't have the saying, history repeats itself, doesn't exist for nothing. It does. So all this stalking and harassment has become kind of a cottage industry, if you will. All these people do that to make extra money, and they trade for things too. And people will do it to you at the drop of a hat if they don't know you, if they've been lied to about you and stuff like that. And oh my God. Anyway, one of the things these truthers do keep talking about, even though they won't talk about stalking and harassment, and I think they don't talk about that because they themselves, these truthers, a lot of them are controlled asset type people that say what they're told to say, or whatever. They have an agenda too. And I watched a lot of them since Mr. Trump was dethroned. All these groups sprung up that were truther groups that were trying to get to the truth of what really happened in the election and what is really going on in the world, period. Everybody's like, what's going on, Anyway, they keep saying, I'm going to look down every once in a while at my notes here. They keep saying, this is a movie. I keep hearing all these truthers repeating this. This is a movie. What? What do they mean when they say that? And then I had to put that together with what some of the people in the YouTube spiritualist community have discovered was this thing that High Priestess Intuition Channel was trying to spearhead, this whole thing about the hidden camera thing that was out of control. And I think this hidden camera thing got way out of control. They were like looking at everybody and selling subscriptions to your grandmother's bathroom feed so weirdos can watch her poop, Stuff like that has been going on for a long time. These low vibrational people, they have bugged up everybody's living spaces, or they did, with cameras and mics and stuff, and they they were selling subscriptions on the dark web to watch people undress and watch them in the privacy of their homes. A lot of people. And it might just be that intersects with some kind of Stasi type activity on behalf of the good old Uncle Sam. I don't know. What can we actually believe anymore? I don't know. We're finding out that the Uncle Sam doesn't protect people the way they said they would. They don't protect your rights. They haven't protected mine since I've been here. What is this movie thing? They made a movie out of you, out of your life. That's what I think. Some of the people that are being dogged and punished and tormented are actually, they're like entertainers and they don't even know it. They make a lot of money, but someone else is handling your affairs and they're catfishing you, saying they're you and stuff. They let you make the videos and then they steal them. And this is happening to a lot of people. I have never seen my videos pirated online yet, but I think they have a way of hiding those from the victim, you know. Although I see that Janine Morjo can see her catfisher channels on YouTube, and I don't understand why people on YouTube are allowed to get away with that. You know, how are they getting away with that shit? It's the government is enabling it. And that makes me sick to think that's really true. Let's see, what else did I write down? It could be regarding hidden cameras everywhere that, just like they did with the Google Earth cameras, when they went everywhere and they photographed everything. Remember that time? Like, I think that was in the 1990s or something. All of a sudden, Google had pictures of every place. Boom. It could be that this hidden camera thing got that out of control, that they had a camera in every home or something. Maybe they're watching everyone. And here's what I thought. Whoever has a real interesting story or a great body, or good looks, and some kind of talent, right, gets selected to have a 24/7 cam on their life for entertainment purposes. Where have you heard that before? Ooh. Guess who's the star in your movie? Okay. So it's you. So then I wondered, is this really just code language for God's watching everything you do and you're being judged? You know, maybe there are no hidden cameras, or maybe there are, and the people who are watching are judging you, or in some kind of thing you don't even know about or understand, like the social credit system in China. They're spying on everything you do, and they're making sure they keep track of everything you do, and they're scrupulously investigating everything about you to judge whether or not you are a citizen or a person who's worth anything to society or something like that. I talked about this in my last video. Okay. Watch the video I just made. I talked about this. I gave you a link to a guy who's talking about it too. Okay. About how are people pronounced like useless eaters, or like you get sent off to the hinterlands and forgotten about because somebody thinks you're a useless eater or something, or, you know, you can't help things move forward on the planet, so they're going to get rid of you. They're going to accelerate that by sending you somewhere it's hard for you to live, it's hard for you to afford, and they make you struggle more and more, and they maybe even bump you off if you have to go to the hospital for something that you shouldn't have died there for. You know, they might bump you off that way. Who knows? In these backwater towns, like the one where I am, anything could happen to anybody who goes in the hospital. It's scary. Okay. All right, so and then I wanted to tell you about what happened today in the park to me when I locked myself out of my truck, and the truck was at the park because I was walking the dog, and walking the dog for my very ill abuser / frenemy who is extremely ill right now and had to go to the hospital a couple of weeks ago. He got home again and has been getting sicker ever since he's been home, and I'm trying to help his dog right now, him, by walking his dog, who I love the dog, and I know the routines of the dog. This has become a nightmare. I'm watching him get sicker and sicker, and he's been like vomiting all over his house, and he won't go to the hospital. And today he fell down when I came over there. He was laying on the floor, had bumped his head, and his head was bleeding, and he insisted I not call an ambulance. He insisted. I had to get a neighbor to come and help pick him up off the floor and put him into bed, and then I left. I don't know what's going on over there right now. But after I took his truck to the park to walk the dog, I accidentally locked myself out of the truck. And this is the stupid part of the story. I didn't know it, but I had dropped the keys on the ground, and they were kind of fell underneath the truck, so I didn't know I had done that. I never heard them hit the ground because they hit in soft dirt, and it wasn't until I was coming back from the walk with the dog that I discovered in panic that I didn't have the keys. And I went to the car, and I couldn't see him inside. And then 3 people pulled up at the park, and I went running after them to get help. And the third one helped me and knew who I was, and I knew who he was. So he helped me out, drove me back to my abuser's house, where I had to call for a locksmith to get my truck open. And because I think my phone is tapped, when I finally got to the park to meet the locksmith, this woman drove up, this strange woman that I've never seen before, although she did have some kind of presence that I felt like I'd been around before. Maybe I have met her before. I don't know, but she was probably around in her late 40s with long dark hair, and she was short. And she had a beat-up old blue car. I didn't get a picture of her car. I should have gotten her license plate, but I didn't. I think she had a Honda. It was a beat-up Honda sedan or something, or it might have been a hatchback or something. Anyway, she pulled up behind me just as I was supposed to be meeting this locksmith. And I got out of my car, and I was like, "Oh, are you the locksmith? Are you Kathy?" Because the locksmith's name was Kathy. I said, "Are you Kathy?" And she goes, "What? No. What?" I said, "Oh, okay, I guess I'm mistaken. You're not who I thought you were, and never mind, I said, "I'm just waiting for someone here." And I turned away from her like, "You're none of my business, and I'm none of yours." I turned away from her and started waiting, and she kept talking to me. She said, "Oh no, I'm waiting for someone too." And right away, because she was talking to me and kind of pressing herself on me, I right away got this feeling that she's there to fuck with me, and that someone who has my phone tapped, called her or was working with her. She seemed to me to be there to be doing spell work, because the next thing out of her mouth was, "Do you like fingernails?" And I was like, "What?" I said, "What?" She goes, "Do you like fingernails? Do you like to get your nails done? I got some nails that I'm not going to use. I thought you might want to have them." I'm like, what the? I thought to myself, this strange woman just pulled up here. This is not a coincidence. She's trying to get me to take some fingernails that she and her coven probably hexed or something. This is some kind of mirroring, and I don't know. I don't know what it is, but this is too weird to be a coincidence. Again, this is another weird incident where I think it's somebody in my community who belongs to one of these covens who's trying to fuck with me, right? So she just kept staying there and trying to fuck with me, but I was like, "No, I don't want any fingernails from you." I said, "No, thank you." I said, "I'm just waiting for someone. Thank you." And I turned away from her again. And I saw her walk back to her car, and she looked frustrated. She looked kind of ticked off and frustrated. Like she thought I was just going to take that from her. And these people around here are they're slow. But this goes back to what I've been learning from Kuan Yin on her channel. I have no cut cards to row. She's been talking about how the government has contracts with all these people that do black magic, and how they get help doing surveillance on you. They have your phone tapped. They call each other in the network to stalk you wherever you go. And they pull this weird stuff on you, sometimes including trying to do spell work on you. And I think that's what that was. And there have been other weird incidents like that, lots of them. Lots and lots of them. Including earlier in the day, okay? The neighbor that I have across the street that is not part of this complex, they live in a house across the street from me with a sign that says Chavis. And they have done all kinds of obnoxious things. This is the guy who started the dumpster fire, okay? And they come over and they put their garbage in the dumpster all the time because they know it bothers me. And I tried to find out if they're authorized to use it. And the property manager here wouldn't give me a straight answer. She never did. She never gave me a straight answer about whether or not they are. And I think she works with them. She told me she hires them to work for her sometimes. And I don't know what the deal is. I don't know. All I know is that every time they come over to put stuff in the dumpster, I just happen to be out there. How does it happen that so often when I'm sitting out there, somebody appears right away to put something in that dumpster? That happened earlier today. And it wasn't the usual Hispanic guy who lives in this house. It was the other guy. This is a weird mixed adult household. And there's another guy who lives there too. And the other guy, the older guy with the white hair, came out with a huge armload of tree branches and put it in the dumpster. These people aren't part of this complex. This dumpster is for this complex. But they fill it. They fill it to the brim sometimes with yard trimmings. I don't even know from where. And they seem to be authorized, as the property manager here has not told them to stop. Anyway, I think this is a form of harassment on me. I really do. And it happened earlier today. And this is new moon time, and the covens are active, and they're doing their usual trash out. I'm going to have to edit my name out. I said it by accident. Go by her front door with a bag of trash and throw it away, and hopefully when she comes to look, they seem to know when I come out of my house. That's what I see. They know when I come out of my house. They know when I'm sitting out there in my car or whatever, when I just got back, or they know. How do they know? Do they have a camera on my house? Do they have a lookout watching it? I think so. I think they have lots of lookouts on my house. Lots of cameras. But why? Am I being watched for my protection or what? I don't know. And there's part of me that suspects I'm part of a FISA investigation, okay? If you don't know what that is, it means if they're investigating some kind of terrible crime or whatever, and especially if it goes across state lines, okay, they have to find out who all's involved. And so that's why they do the FISA thing. They start watching everyone the suspect is talking to, or everyone who's talking to a certain person, everyone who's a suspect. They start watching everyone they're talking to and everyone they know and stuff. And it seems like that's what has happened to me. And I'm thinking that I might be caught up in a FISA investigation, maybe even one of this whole fucking town, to find out who's doing what. I don't know. But regardless, somebody's doing too much. And collective, your life is a damn work of art. It's worth money to them. If they've got a hidden camera in your home, they're making money, cha-ching. People are watching your life for entertainment. They might even be watching you go to the bathroom and stuff, get undressed. It's a total invasion of privacy. Okay? Your life is a work of art, though. They made you into a movie. That's what this movie shit really is. That's what this download is. That's what the message of this video is. They made your life into a movie, for real. Okay? All right, because your life is a work of art. All right, now let me get this table ready because there's a big mess on it right now. Oh yeah, I forgot. This lady that pulled up and tried to give me the fingernails, I promise I didn't hex these and they will be smudged, but I just started ordering sets of fingernails from Temu. Well, what do you know? And suddenly, someone's driving up and asking me, do you like fingernails? Okay, Colette, come on. these people are like, they're so... Okay, we're back. All right. This is the Art Oracles deck. We're going to be using this to determine the overall tone of the read. This is going to be really interesting because there's a lot of really weird stuff in here, collective. Oh my gosh. And we know that the art world has been used by the intelligence world to do all these weird operations now. We know that now. And also by the enemy, by like the Illuminati people. You know, I think there's a card in here, and I didn't realize it, but there is a card in here for Marina Abramovich. Okay, so don't be shocked if that comes out. But it's all here, okay? And in the Men in Black movies, boy, those came out fast. In the Men in Black movies, they made fun of this whole subject I'm talking about now, and they had Andy Warhol in there, okay, in one of them. I think it was Men in Black 3. All right, we've had Alighiero Boetti come out, an Italian artist. I don't know anything about him, so, okay. And we've also had Jeff Koons come out. All right, let's start with him. The future is big, bright, and shiny. Your balloon can't pop, but your pop can balloon. Okay. Learn the difference between camp and kitsch. Okay, this guy is somebody who was sent to blur the lines in the run-up to the current chaos. He did a lot of stuff involving or depicting ambiguous, taboo sex acts and a lot of stuff concerning weird deviant sex, okay, is in his art. You wouldn't know it from looking at this, but this is one I do know a little bit about, but not a lot. Okay, it says the future is big, bright, and shiny. Well, I guess that's what they've been trying to sell us. Okay. Your balloon can't pop, but your pop, with a capital P, can balloon. Okay, what the hell does that mean? I don't know. Pop is, when they have it capitalized, so maybe it means your dad. Your father can balloon? Then an evil eye there. See that? Learn the difference between camp and kitsch. Well, citizen, you might be already in a Puma camp. There's not much kitschy about it, okay? It's serious. Okay, and then we have Alighiero Boetti. Know who you aren't. Okay, this is something we're vibing with, my collective. Find clarity in clutter. Okay, we like that too. There's more than one way to read a map. Oh, this is about 6G comms, and if you're tuned in, you know that anyone who's a really good player is going to be able to decode things in 3 or 4 different ways, you know, up, down, backwards, forwards, and inside out. You better learn. So what I'm getting in here is this is the chaos bringer or the disruptor, and this is the guy who maintains his wits by doing extra shit, okay? This is the collective right here. This is you, all right? So these are the 2 energies in play. All right. Let's get the book out. Okay, Jeff Koons. Jeff, your life is a work of art, collective. Okay? Someone wants to direct you, and it's big, bright, and shiny. They'll make your pop balloon, okay? What the hell does that mean? Maybe it means they want to siphon your energy off and get some for themselves. I don't know. I've been talking a lot about energy harvesting, and I think a lot of this stuff is all about that. Okay, I told you there's a card in here for Marina Abramovich, and look, there's one for Louise Bourgeois too. Check out her picture of her for her. Tell me that's not about energy harvesting or something. I don't know, but there's a lot of creepy stuff in here. Okay. Oh, Andy Warhol is in here. Okay, keep going. I haven't used this deck very much. All right, Jeff Koons. We finally got to Jeff Koons here. More divisive than a U.S. presidential election, Jeff Koons is either a brilliant inquisitor of consumerist culture or, as certain critics call him, the king of kitsch. Profoundly in tune with pop culture and commodity, Koons' work draws inspiration from Michael Jackson, balloon animals, and porn, among other household topics. Like his subjects, his mixed media output is likewise aggressively visible, whether large, inflated, colorful, shiny, X-rated, or vigorously banal. With so much buzz about the enormous financial worth of his art and the position of his brow, low, high, or medium, Koons could be an honorary Kardashian. Okay, this is just what I said. This guy's upending culture for his own gain. Okay, he's making, sorry, you can't see that. He's making quasi-offensive art, you know, and challenging everyone and creating chaos for his own gain. And sure enough, isn't that how this war, this revolution is being fought? It's a cultural revolution in part, a big one, okay? Is yanking the rug out from everybody, and suddenly grown men can have sex with little kids and stuff like that's going on, and everybody's like, what the hell just happened, you know? Well, this is the kind of artist, your life is a work of art. This is the kind of artist that ushers in this kind of morally ambiguous stuff, that's the stuff of undermining tradition and law, the rule of law, and so forth and so on. Okay, now this is you when all the laws have been broken, collective. You've woken up and all the laws have been broken. Nothing's working right, and you're gonna have to survive on your wits, right? Okay, let's go to Boetti's card page. I just saw it. Just look at the difference between them. This guy's a sleazy, schmeezy, you know, looks like the magician card a little bit, right? With a monkey too. He's got a flying monkey. Look at this guy. He's like, this guy's a serious, he's like a beatnik. Okay. And there's perfect symmetry here too. Planes, what is going on with the planes though? Are they crashing or, oh my God. Whether stemming from intellectual scouring or simply low self-esteem, the conceptually driven work of Alighiero Boetti always questions states of originality and wholeness. Okay, he was questioning states of originality and wholeness. He signed many of his works Alighiero and Boetti, signaling his own duality. Okay, I guess that's what the planes are telling us. His own duality. An ardent traveler, some of his most famous pieces are world maps that considered ever-changing geopolitics and the world's distribution of power. He collaborated with embroiderers in countries such as Afghanistan and Pakistan, and his art purposefully muddled the order of lazy assumptions in language or geography, investigating new meaning and probing old habits. Isn't that interesting? Wow. So, in my opinion, this guy was trying to wake people up, okay? This guy is trying to put people to sleep. This guy is trying to wake people up. All right, let's just, okay, I'm getting, Spirit would like to lay down just, okay, 3 tarot cards on each of these, please. All right, let's just do a little shuffling and let's just see what we get here. This is a really interesting deck, okay? This is the Luna Soul Tarot. And, you know, we know the traditional meanings of the cards, but the characters on these cards and the looks on their faces are really specific. And a lot of times it doesn't match the traditional meaning of the card at all. That's what makes it such an interesting deck. It's like, what? You know, okay. So I'll point that out to you as we go along. All right. Let's take 3 on Jeff Koons, please. We've got 7 of Pentacles. Okay. So he was planting seeds, all right, making investments, planting seeds, trying to bring the Cultural Revolution, trying to get more deviance and stuff. All right, what else? Hermit. I'm getting from this Oh God, I just noticed they look alike. Look at that. Okay, okay. I'm saying their faces maybe look a little bit alike. Is this the same guy? Maybe he had an earlier incarnation, or yeah, he had an earlier incarnation as a monk, is what I'm getting. Let's get the pendulum on that. Okay, source, add energy, please come on in and tell us yes or no. Was Jeff Koons a monk in a past life? That's a yes. He was. Okay, yes, he was. And okay, what else? Okay, I'm hearing he's back on the pendulum. He went to the wrong end. Is that right? Did he go to the wrong end this time? He's just playing one of the demons. Oh, oh, okay. He's kind of high ranking. No, he didn't go to the wrong end. See, that's a no. Okay. All right. So Koons he switched sides to be in this movie. This is an interesting reading. Okay then, okay. He switched sides to be in this movie. And he wanted to play a karmic that triggers people into, it's like lead us not into temptation. He's the big bad wolf at the amusement park that's going to take you by the hand and take you in there and get you to do stuff. Okay. One more card on this, please. And I'm going to read the meaning because this is, all right. Oh, in reverse. Okay, this is the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. Greed, materialism, lack of originality, possessiveness, and obstacles. Okay, well, Koons wasn't all good this time around. Or maybe he wasn't all good as a monk. Okay, I'm getting he ran into some challenges and didn't pass the test and had to do some shit. Oh, is that right? He had to come back and do some correction. Yeah. Okay. All right, what an interesting reading. All right, okay, what about Alligator? Oh, right out the bat. Okay, he's the reason he was the way he was is because he was abused, stalked, and harassed. That's the gang stalking card. Five of Wands. Again, looks a little bit like the same guy. Okay. This is him when he was younger. Okay, all right. He got stalked and harassed too. That's why he got like he was. All right, he went to the Nine of Pentacles. All right, he became a Nine of Pentacles, self-sufficient. He wasn't going to depend on anyone else. All right? He's challenging people about things, getting other people to think for themselves. So I told you, this is the way you want to be. You want to be in the Nine of Pentacles. This is a person who's, well, a lot of people call it a bitch, a being in total control of herself, but in this case it's a man, okay? You've got to be a bitch if you're going to be a pro-vampire slayer and so forth. You just got to be, okay? All right, what else? One more. We're going to read it right off the card. All right, yes, because a harsh truth is better than a soft lie. This person had been through pain, suffering, bitter truth, separation, strife, selfishness, and heartbreak. Mr. Boete had a Three of Swords life. That's why he changed himself. He transmuted the energy into a Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So collective, your life is a work of art. I'm back. Your life is a work of art, collective. And if you are, oh, my camera's sinking. I better hurry up. This means I'm almost done. If you are getting blessings, it might mean that you've had your movie selected to be viewed by the world or something. I don't know if anyone has seen that ad. That was a Super Bowl ad this year with none other than Martin Scorsese. And I just love the music they used for that ad too, but it was almost like a call to action. So some of us have had our movies nominated. I think maybe the awards ceremony is coming up. I don't know, but may the best content creator win. If you like this video, if you're vibing with it, please hit the like button and share it, and if you can afford to, but only if you can afford to, please make a donation. I don't know how I'm ever going to get out of here. I'm trapped in Alamogordo. It sucks. Maybe after the award ceremony, I don't know. Then I think of that movie, The Island. Oh no. If you haven't seen that. With Ewan McGregor. Trigger warning. Okay. All right. Thank you so much for coming back. And I think we're finally going to make some videos now. We're going to get on a roll because we've been processing so much. Thank you for coming.